Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Vinny, the usual. How's it going? Hope everybody's doing good. We're talking about something a little different today. We're gonna have a look at this video. I guess maybe let's first get off on the right foot here. So, I've been playing Escape from Tarkov for a very long time. I've thousands of hours played. I think I started playing in 2018 or 2019? Somewhere around there. It's been, well, if you guys have been around my Twitch channel, you guys know I've been streaming Tarkov for a good while. And recently we've been sort of, not just me, but, you know, other people around that I play with have been sort of veering away from it a little bit. And I think this whole Tarkov situation has kind of been just kind of bubbling up to this point. And then we hit the point of Goat's video, which a couple days in, things viral, which I think the community needed. And I think maybe some people took the wrong way at first, but now that we're sort of settling out from that, all the big content creators have sort of put their opinion in, watched the video, you know, some not a fan at first, come to see the light and not realizing, you know, just how how unaware some of the community is on how bad the cheating problem in Tarkov actually is. Now, as of playing it, you know, as a main game for a while and then veering away from it, I know Tarkov has its problems. And we knew the cheating problem was bad, but I think that video shows you it might be a little worse than people thought. And I think Goat saying 60% of raids is pretty conservative opinion, but I think that's a conservative number, which is one of the reasons that I've played it less. So, all of this happening, everybody weighs in. People are, you know, we're starting to realize that some changes need to happen, right? And I don't think we really know how to go about it. But what I wanted to address today, and that we're gonna just have a quick watch and let's dig into a little bit, is the video that Trey24K posted. And that's the one on the Discord that they made with BSG for community members and, you know, the normal Joe Schmo like you and me to submit our clips of, you know, this guy's cheating, that guy's cheating, this death was super sus. Have some, you know, maybe prominent members or experienced players review, pick out the ones that are, hey, this is desync, hey, that's potentially a cheater, push it up to BSG, BSG takes action. Of course, there's going to be problems with this, as we're going to see. So, let's just start it off here by saying, I don't think anybody faults Trey or anybody from the community that was involved in creating this and trying to work this out with BSG. I know, now, hopefully you guys have realized that they're trying to help the situation in the game by doing this. They're obviously not having ill intention from creating a Discord where we can submit clips to get cheaters banned. So anyways, we're gonna have a watch at what Trey has to say here, and we're gonna kind of stop and pop some points in there and here and there, and let's see what he says, shall we? I'm gonna keep myself up here, so hopefully I'm not in the way. Let's give this a watch.
I messed up. I was not able to be transparent about the community-driven anti-cheat Discord in the past, but given everything that has transpired, I think I just need to throw everything out on the table so that everyone can grasp how deep the problem is with Tarkov right now from an insider's perspective.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right there. Like I said before, I don't fault anybody for being a part of this Discord. and trying to improve the situation in game for everybody. Right? If BSG can't uphold their end of the bargain here, or at the very bare minimum, properly do the part of which they said they were going to do, what's the point? Anyways.
The last few days have been a whirlwind of emotion, and it's crucial that I make you guys understand the truth about this anti-cheat Discord and cheaters in general. I fear that Battlestate will be upset with me for releasing this information, given it was private, but after putting my reputation on the line for something that I and many others believed in, I feel betrayed.
Which, as you know, your average Joe Schmo community member, we appreciate that.
Grateful for what Tarkov's done for me and the opportunities it's given me, but I'm willing to accept the fact that this video will likely change my future opportunities with them. I volunteered to work.
We're gonna stop it right there for another second. If this video stops any kind of future relationship you have with BSG, it's not your fault. And do you really want to be associated with that? Just a thought.
Closely with Battlestate to form the community anti-cheat server. Originally, I wanted BSG to establish a funded review system similar to CSGO Overwatch, where we could actually review clips from a third-person perspective. What we were able to get BSG on board with was a community-driven server where the average player could go and report suspicious clips. We had
Okay. So the goal in the beginning was something like CSGO's Overwatch, where you can, players get reported, people that are, you know, more time played, more experience, higher up in rank, stuff like that, get to review these VODs of the game, and, you know, from the perspective of, I believe it's from the reporter guy's perspective. Whether they can switch, I'm not sure, but that would be super handy. You review it, you put in your 2 cents, blah, blah, blah. In the end, if you select right, you know, the guy gets banned, you get more cases, you don't, you don't. You know, you can't be wrongfully banning people. So that was the original idea. And what it ended up as is BSG going for a Discord channel where we can submit clips. More prominent members, experienced members in the community will review said clips, push the ones up to BSG or BattlEye that they think are cheaters, and BattlEye is supposed to take that information combined with information on their end, review the account as a whole, and make a decision whether to ban this person or not. That's a pretty far... Like we started here, and we're way, like, somewhere out of the frame over here with, you know? But, like, I see what the point of it is. We're trying to meet sort of... We know they're not going to do a whole lot, so we're trying to move our end over to meet something over here. So we have something.
Volunteers review those clips and filter out those junk clips and send over BSG the suspicious ones. We agreed that BSG would have a team to investigate the logs of these suspicious players and take note of similar logs between other suspected cheaters to crack down on the cheating software itself. The idea of this Discord was never to determine if a player was cheating and send them off to BSG to get banned, but rather filter down information to assist them in cracking down on cheaters. Given that about 60 to 70% of all the reports were deemed as desync or just people salty that they died and not cheaters in the first place. The Discord has thousands of tickets, and the response from BSG was very positive, and we were told it was helpful in their efforts to ban cheaters. The review team was mainly made up of moderators, Sherpas, and other experienced players. Most of the reviewers were not streamers, but due to my inability to communicate any of this information with you guys until this point, I was not able to make anyone aware of that till now. Things were good as far as we knew, and I felt hopeful that the cheating situation could actually change. Trust me, I saw all of the concerns about the community being left in the dark about who and how this system entirely worked in general, but I was assured that if I leaked this information, it would just lead to cheaters catching on and evading the system just as they already do with BattlEye.
Our next red flag. It seems like the people that are partnered with BSG on this don't even really know what BSG is going to do. They have an idea, you know, BSG said some things, and we're just kind of going off of that.
Fortunately, making the community aware of these things also makes cheaters aware of these things. I saw the community was not happy with me over the lack of transparency here, but I was willing to be the punching bag because I was convinced this was actually making a huge difference, and that's all that I really wanted in the first place. So here I was feeling great about the progress that we made, and then the GOAT video.
Rightfully so, right? Because at this point, it's progress. It's something better than what we have, which is, let's be real, it ain't much. We got something, but it's like, it's very tiny.
Video release that I'm sure you have seen at this point. When I first saw the video, I was worried that everyone...
If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. Go, I think it's called The Wiggle That Killed Tarkov. That's what started this whole thing. So if you have not watched that, watch that.
Seeing how easy cheats are to download and use would cause a massive spike in cheaters. When I felt we were so close to making a huge difference behind the scenes, that was challenging to me. I didn't disagree with the fact that cheaters are out of hand, and I definitely don't think that BSG is doing a good job of dealing with it in the first place, but
I just want to add here, I think that a lot of the community knew that the cheating was very prevalent in Escape from Tarkov. There's a lot of cheaters. But I don't think anybody really knew how bad it actually was until that video. Like, sure, the people that play the game all the time, 8 hours a day, they're streaming it all the time, you know, they're making content for it all the time, are gonna have a much better idea than we are, right? And you also have to remember that some of these bigger content creators, YouTubers, streamers, whatever it is, are making money from playing this game. If everybody leaves the game, they don't really make any more money. So you have to take what a lot of the big streamers and content creators say with a grain of salt. I think Dr. Lupo said it the best in his video. Form your own opinion on these things. Right? And take what the people that are relying on this product or a game to make a living are saying with, you know, you can take some of it at face value, but form your own opinions.
I was convinced that we made massive strides. I don't think that GOAT had bad intentions, and I'm so glad that
I agree with that.
Casual players now know how bad the cheating is. It was hard for me to comprehend.
That's what I think. I don't think a lot of the casual players knew how bad it actually was. Even myself, I knew it was bad. I wouldn't have said that high. And even say if we take the number of 60% that GOAT gets as his result at face value, we can say 60% were willing to wiggle or make some form of communication that indicated that they were also cheating. We have to assume that number is higher, right? So just, it puts it into perspective a little bit for people who didn't know. Just how bad it really is.
That you guys weren't aware of this in the first place, because this has been my life for 3 years. I say cheating is worse than people think every day, and it's hard for me to like put myself in the casual player mindset and not assume that that's just some common knowledge, because it's just so engraved into my brain. So I originally called this video a cheating advertisement, and I want to acknowledge that even though this controversy has indeed led to growth in the cheating discords that we...
Well, let's be clear on this too, right? Do not do what GOAT did. Do not download cheats and try and reproduce it We don't need to do it again in 6 months. We don't need to do it again in a year. Nobody needs to do it. It's done. It's been put out there. A lot of people have seen it. BSG has not copyright striked it. And I think at this point, if they copyright strike it, there's so many people that have reacted to it and it's been reposted and reposted. There's no way it dies. That video's out there. So I very much doubt. I even think they know that by now, that there's no chance that that video dies now. Yeah, let's let Trey go a little bit more here.
Monitor at least. This was clearly not Goat's intention, and the blame for all of this clearly falls on BSG and not him or anybody else. And I was definitely wrong to highlight that instead of the problem at hand in the first place. But that's all when I still trusted BSG and the system that we had in place. This is the part that BSG will likely be pissed at me for, but fuck it. BSG recently posted a ban wave of 4,000 people this past weekend. A large amount of those players listed in the ban wave were actually from reports handled in our Discord. I was stoked because this kind of proved that we were making a difference. I saw posts from users saying they were falsely banned on Twitter in this ban wave, but I shrugged this off because any cheater would say that, to be honest. And I knew that BSG was using this information for analytics, and we had no say in users getting banned because this is what we agreed to when we launched this Discord. The whole Discord was made off of that premise and that agreement. One player claiming to be falsely banned was a prominent Tarkov streamer named Dill Hero. I found out about this from a BSG rep DMing me shortly after he was banned. This clip was submitted to us originally. We deemed it suspicious. I mean, just watch it.
Also take this for what you will. Out of all the people that they just banned, say whatever it is, 4,000, this one guy was able to get a message through, present his side of it, and potentially get unbanned. For the rest of us, that is not an easy feat. So if BSG wrongfully bans people, you can see the problem here, right?
I bet that kid's upstairs. Oh.
This is the clip.
Just watch it.
I bet that kid's upstairs. Oh, is he down
Oh,
here?
he's cheating. He's cheating. Run, 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 run. He's full cheating.
When he sent me that clip, I didn't personally review this clip. I told him that the clip was suspicious. It could possibly be desync, but it was definitely worth looking into this user's account.
The next huge problem that Tarkov has is desync. The desync in Tarkov is it's horrendous. And it's sad that we have clips like this. I'm gonna play it again here. Right? Let's watch it again.
This clip. I told him that the clip was suspicious. It could possibly be desync, but it was definitely worth looking.
Right, so here it is. Let's watch it again.
I mean, just watch it.
I bet that kid's upstairs. Oh. Upstairs.
This guy runs through the door at like blazingly fast speed. He's looking to the... You guys are backwards, so he's looking that way. And here, we're gonna play this in ultra slow motion.
Oh. Yeah. Upstairs.
So here he's facing the right way. He turns left.
Oh.
And this guy dies.
Yeah.
While that guy's looking a different direction. So, this is why this is a huge problem, right? When it comes to distinguishing cheating from desync, in Tarkov, the challenge is just so great that the potential of people getting banned wrongfully is that much higher. And I'm going to show you a clip after we're done with the video here. That's one that happened to me literally yesterday. And I thought the guy was cheating. Now, you guys will be the judge of that. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't think he is. It's hard to tell. And this is the same problem that BSG will have trying to ban people, right?
Oh, he's cheating, run, run. He's full cheating.
When he sent me that clip, I didn't personally review this clip. I told him that the clip was suspicious. It could possibly be desync, but it was definitely worth looking into this user's account. I then found out that it was Dill Hero, so I found his POV right here.
Do you see that? That's how bad the desync is. So let's watch this again, right? Remember how it happened from the guy dying's point of view. He comes in, so we're before he comes in the door. He comes in, he looks right. This moment, right in between there, when he flicked to the right and then looked back at this guy, before he even looked back on the other guy's screen, he's dead. So his game is literally almost a full second behind here.
And it was...
And that guy could just run through like nothing. This is why in Tarkov, you always, almost always, you want to be the one peeking a peek like that.
It's clear that this was just desync and he was obviously falsely banned.
But when you watch it from the other perspective, it doesn't look that way.
Furious knowing that one of our clips led to a false manual ban after I was assured so many times that these reports would be investigated so far beyond the contents of the clip. I was told time and time again that BSG would never just look at a clip and say that guy's cheating and ban them. They were supposed to look at their stats. They were supposed to cross-reference the logs with the game and with BattleEye and look so much deeper into this. It was infuriating. So once I was aware of this, I reached out to BSG immediately, explaining my concerns with this situation, and the response that I received was, quote, "I can assure you every case is reviewed accordingly, no matter where it's coming from," insisting that the clips from our Discord are treated no differently than anyone else's reported in that private streamer Discord that a few hundred streamers are in, or in the official Discord, or wherever else. It's possible that BSG reviewed Dill Hero's account and...
Fair. If they're doing that, fair. Right? If they're taking the same approach to all these other clips that are getting submitted through this Discord, and they're applying the same thing they would as if they're getting reports in game, and they're banning people, that's fair.
and logs with BattleEye and found something suspicious.
As long as it's suspicious
Enough to ban him, but they were so fast to unban him and act as if it never happened that I've lost all confidence that they were actually reviewing anything that we agreed on originally. I feel as if it's unlikely something...
He's definitely right for this. If they get the other half of the footage, see it, and unban that guy that fast, I very much doubt, like I'm 95% sure they looked at that clip and they were like, he's cheating. Let's hit the button. And that's it. If you know, even him being if he's one of the best players in the game. Yeah. This is a tough one.
Like this could have happened, and if BSG was taking adequate measures to investigate the reports, there's no...
So even if he's... I'm just gonna let this
way
play.
that he would have gotten banned in the first place. After hundreds of reports processed through our Discord, I feel that if BSG is truly not reviewing these thoroughly enough, this could have happened countless times to innocent players with no direct line to appeal and get unbanned like Dill Hero did. I feel sick to my stomach being a part of something with the potential to fuck over so many innocent players and to be oblivious to it all until right now.
And it sucks that it comes down to that. And you know what? It's not Trey's fault. It's not anybody's fault that really got involved with it, really, other than BSG if they're not upholding their end. And yeah, that's that, you know? You could I mean, you can say whatever you want. This is an opinion, right? But if the intention of it is good and the execution of it is supposed to be 50-50, and this side is putting in 50 and this side is doing 10, self-explanatory what's going to happen, right? People are going to get banned. They're going to be false bans. BSG's on huge damage control, posting lists of people that got banned. So there's obviously going to be people that are going to take that list and cross-reference it and check this and check that. You know, it's...
I feel like shit knowing what I know now. I put way too much faith in BSG, and after years of controversy around BSG, honestly, I should have known better. I don't know if this has led to any false bans aside from Dill Hero, but I'm truly sorry if it's affected anyone. I did all of this out of love for this game and its community. I wanted to make a difference, and it clearly didn't work out that way. So the original CSGO Overwatch idea, I think, is still the solution to the cheating problem in the game right now.
It's a decent solution. Something like that could take a lot of resources and time. Whereas, you know, maybe something like a more intrusive anti-cheat and actually taking advantage of all of the options they have now could also be a big improvement, right? We've all heard different, you know, BSG's not taking advantage of this or this, and it's, yeah, it's like there could be improvements. It's weird that there haven't been. And if we're at this point now, I feel like BSG's on damage control. And they're gonna wait and see if this dies down. And if it does, everything is going to remain the same as it's always been with Tarkov. There'll still be cheaters running rampant. And this will continue until people start losing the, or not losing, they start leaving the game. And you're more or less just left with like a cheater haven sort of thing, and the legit players can't do anything, so they don't want to play, and we end up in not a good spot.
The compromise that we came up with and BSG agreed to was a solid half measure if done correctly, but I fear that BSG is not capable.
But at least it's something, right?
Of running that system properly, and this situation with Dill Hero shows. I take full responsibility for trusting them, and I apologize for the fact that.
And you also have to wonder if it's happened to someone like that, it could have happened to other people too, right? But will we ever know?
I wasn't transparent about this sooner, and honestly, I feel foolish for being naive. I tried helping BSG, and all that has done is made it clear to me that nothing will be accomplished without massive change. I hope this controversy is a wake-up call to BSG, and they realize how sick and tired we are as a community, but I fear that we're at a crossroads, and I don't really have faith that BSG is going to go in the right direction. I do feel wrong to leak DMs and to expose information shared with me privately, but I hope it's understood by both BSG and the community that everything I've done, including this video, come from me wanting what's best for the community and to stop.
I think that's pretty clear. Everybody can form their own opinions. I think everything that's really been done has been towards the interest of the community, right? No one's trying to actively make the game worse by getting rid of cheaters. Y'all are gonna think what you want. I respect it.
Stop cheaters in general. I hope BSG can understand this and move on, but only time will tell.
Now, we're gonna take a look at, we're gonna take a little peek at what we got going for damage control here. So, this is Nikita. If you don't know, Train Fender on Reddit is Nikita. This one was posted a couple days ago, so this was closer to when the video came out by Goat. So he says, first of all, hello everybody. It's been a long time I was off Reddit. We know. every time for a long time. Unfortunately, one way or another, a problem with cheaters pops up and people immediately start blaming us for not caring. I don't think it's that people are blaming you for not caring. They're, and me included, we're blaming you for not doing more, knowing that the problem has been this bad for this many years. Oh, they begin to bury the game, us, and generally say things that are sensitive to us. Therefore, I will not write essays 4,000 words here now, but I will simply say point by point key moments. Forgive the Nikitaisms. We've always been concerned about this problem, and the work to catch cheaters is always going on. They usually come in waves. Right now, we ban several thousand cheaters a day, and usually most of them are blocked after playing a little. This just tells me right here that we could be doing more. Why are they even getting into the game with cheats injected? Obviously, some people are going to, but I feel like this is a problem. BattleEye anti-cheat continues to improve, as well as cheats. It's an internal race to see who can get past each other's defenses the fastest. In the last week alone, the BattleEye has been updated 4 times. I understand that the anti-cheat, you're updating it, you're always updating. So he continues on, we continue to improve our own additional cheater detection tools. We will have an update soon, blah, blah, blah. The reporting system is also being improved by adding a notification if the one you reported has received a ban. Please keep reporting suspicious players. Your worries and indignations are 100% clear to us, and I always have been, yet we've been slacking super hard, and that's the end of that. So, there's a follow-up, of course, posted 12 hours ago as making this. For those who constructively waiting for updates related to hot topic. We increased the overall detected banned speed of anti-cheat. Some of the cheat users are still being collected in ban waves. We already pushed 2 updates related to our hack detection tools, as well as BattleEye pushed 2 updates for its own detection system in the last 2 days. We will continue to post ban lists more often just for you to check. So now they're going to start posting the ban list again, which they did this like 3 or 4 years ago. And I guess it's nice, but it also causes other problems that we're not even going to get into. Notification feature that if a player was banned in your report is in development. Woo. RMT sellers users are being banned as always. Added more detection methods to that. The problem with this is the legitimate players don't know the boundary for this. And if you tell us, then the cheaters will also know the boundary. But if we don't know the boundary, then people are going to bring it, you know, your buddy dies, you bring out his loot, you bring it back in the next raid for him, all of a sudden the next day you wake up, you're banned. It's a problem. Any major changes to AC, I guess we're saying that's anti-cheat. We study will cripple the game for many other players. The case of creating a perfect anti-cheat is not exist. We know this. You don't need to tell us here. We know the perfect anti-cheat doesn't exist. It won't exist. It'll never exist because the cheats evolve and so does the anti-cheat. It's impossible. However, it could be so much better than it is now. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize that. So we could only increase effectiveness without damaging the whole player base. More invasive methods will require you to do a major overhaul and will 100% lead to technical problems as if we don't have any already. Some of suggestions that you propose are understandable, but again, will require a lot of overhaul and will lead to tech problems and or support hell. It doesn't mean that we will not do something new with any cheat in the close future. Yeah. Okay. Changes and additions that we and BattleEye made. and making to AC system can already be noticed, but if you feel that's still not good, come back later. Please continue to report the sus players. It helps. So, I honestly think he has not a bad idea here. This last little statement. But if you feel it's not good, come back later. To be clear, he's more or less saying, if you think there's too many cheaters, go away and spend some time, play some other games, come back, check it out, see it's the same thing, keep doing the same thing. That's what I make of this here. This is BSG damage control. This is very similar, as we've seen, to things posted in the last couple years. I'm not going to dive too far back into it here now. But BSG, you guys need to really step it up, man. You're dropping the ball big on this one. And as for the people in the community, we need to keep pushing BSG to improve this stuff. We have some kind of momentum now. BSG is, you know, they're feeling the heat because we're pushing. And if we want to see real change happen with Tarkov, then we need to keep doing that. We need to keep pushing them to make stuff better, provide suggestions. You know, maybe they need to look at some other anti-cheat options. Maybe we need a more intrusive one. The after raid sort of review, if you will, the Tarkov Sheriff Overwatch kind of thing is not a bad idea. I think a better anti-cheat is definitely the way here. More intrusive, whatever, you know, they're building a game that is literally a breeding ground for cheaters. So I feel like a game like this needs something more hardcore for an anti-cheat, because this is not even close to cutting it. Now, before I leave you guys today, we're gonna take a look at something here. This is a clip from me playing literally yesterday. So we're in interchange. This area here is Texo. We're in the furniture store. I'm behind a pillar. I have two friends that are behind me here. There is 100% a PMC that was here that ran this way and recruited a scav.
They're out.
Tapped one. Hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah, I fucked him up.
Techo.
So I push up. I know that this guy's here. I know there's a player scav somewhere here who peeks with his shotgun.
Killed one.
I mow the player down. I can see this guy's hat.
Still one to the right. I don't know if I killed him or not.
So I back up a little bit, right? I back up. You can't really see the two that are with me, but there's one back here and there's one over here are my two teammates. So I get behind the pole. They're holding the angle. You can see this is right after I shot there.
Peeking right in front of us.
I peek out to hold the angle. This is what I'm gonna leave you guys with. I thought, when this first happened, that this guy was cheating. And this is the huge problem with Tarkov right now. You cannot tell, in some cases, whether someone is cheating or whether it's desync. And that is a massive, massive problem. Like, a huge problem. Right? Like, the cheating is a huge problem. The desync is a huge problem. When those two are combined, it's like the cheaters are living inside of the shroud of desync. And we've seen instances of clips that have gone to BSG that, you know, the community looks at and they're like, that guy's cheating. And BSG's like, could be desync. And then you've seen clips where you think it's desync and someone's like, it's cheating. Like that last clip, the guy's looking at the wall, kills the guy to his right 90 degrees. Looks like he's cheating. It's desync by about a second. So we're gonna watch this, and then I want you guys to leave in the comments below what you think. Is this desync? Is this cheating? And what's your opinions on the whole situation with BSG and Tarkov? What do we need? Do we need better anti-cheat? We need, whether, you know, they're not going to watch some little channel like mine, but we need to actually help as much as we can while pushing BSG forward to move to get rid of cheaters. So if you've made it this far in the video, hit the like button, hit the dislike button if you disagree. Leave down below your opinion on the situation, what you think would be best for anti-cheat. What do we need? Do we need an Overwatch system? Let's get some ideas going in the comment section below. Have a look at what just happened. I'll catch you guys in the next video as usual. Have a good one, guys. Stay positive. Peace.
I may have water.
They're out.
Tapped one. Hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah, I fucked him up.
Echo.
Killed one. Still one to the right.
Back up if you need.
I don't know if I killed him or not. No, he's peeking.
Where?
Peeking right in front of us.
Whoever's front crouch, don't stand up.
I'm not. I want to nade this guy, but he'll actually... I'm dead.